Both the People's Republic of China and the government of Taiwan recognize the island as part of China. Neither of the constitutions of either declare it as a separate nation. It had been ceded to the Japanese under the Treaty of Shimonoseki during a period of Chinese weakness during the late Qing dynasty, along with about 40 or so other places in Beijing, Shanghai, Qingdao, Wuhan, Chongqing, and many more. They went by different names: concessions, territories, quarters, but Chinese people couldn't enter, travel through, or work in these zones without permission from the occupying country. And there were at least 10 occupying countries. This situation existed right up to and even beyond the Second World War. It's little wonder that China refers to this as their century of humiliation. In November 1943, the Cairo Declaration was agreed between the Republic of China, USA, and UK that the goal of the war in the Pacific was to remove Japan from all the occupied territories and islands. These would include the regions known as Manchuria, Taiwan, and the Pescadores, which would all be restored to China. Clearly, after the Japanese were defeated, China wanted reunification. In fact, it's been well reported that the current leader of Taiwan, Tsai Ing-wen, is decidedly against advocating independence. According to The Diplomat in 2020, independence talk is a factual inaccuracy that falsely portrays Taiwan and its leaders as provocateurs out to anger China. And that still holds true today. At a time when the entire world is struggling to make ends meet, increasing defense spending by 10% without a serious threat would be foolish. That money could be much better spent on infrastructure or education, which is why it's so strange that Taiwan felt a need to do that. There certainly has not been any threat from China. Even Australia's ABC reported after the very recent National Party Congress speech by President Xi, his words were, "We insist on striving for the prospect of peaceful reunification with the greatest sincerity and best efforts." Now, it's hard to interpret anything other than peaceful intent from those words. In the same article, however, the author provides a personal interpretation and analysis by stating that China is on a more authoritarian path with assertive diplomacy, stronger military, and intensifying pressure to seize democratically governed Taiwan. President Xi's speech during the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party went along the same lines when he said, "We have never bullied, oppressed, or subjugated the people of any other country, and we never will. By the same token, we will never allow anyone to bully, oppress, or subjugate China." Once again, an interpretation by an expert who wrote an article for Britain's Guardian newspaper interpreted these words as, "China must be unified by force if necessary." So-called experts keep telling us what they think China might or what China could do. And reading Western analyses, it's easy to think an invasion is imminent, but so far, China has talked only of peace and acted accordingly. However, the manufacturing of an imminent and huge threat serves two purposes. As the Global Times recently pointed out, it drains Taiwan economically while making this as profitable as possible for the military-industrial complex, and this threat helps to divide Chinese people on both sides of the Taiwan Strait into two camps, causing conflict and tensions that don't need to exist. I'd suggest, if you really want to know what China's plans are, it's not a bad idea to listen to what China's leadership says and watch what they do.